Good morning, YouTube. Just got done watching some YouTube. I just got done watching some videos, and one that'll really tug on your heartstrings is cousin Stuffy and his dog Simba. I truly am sorry, buddy. I know what it feels like to lose a best friend, whether it be a cat or a dog. Because when I was in Oklahoma, I ran basically a no-kill animal rescue, and there was never a time where I didn't have nine or so dogs, three cats, but and, I lost a few during that time trying to get them adopted out, but they just got to where some of the ones that nobody wanted were the best dogs, and nobody saw it in them. And I don't know. I really don't know what they'd say about me, except for I guess I don't know. I guess thank you for giving us a chance and trying to find us a home. But it gets to the point to where you start to love them, and even though I did adopt some out, it got to where it costed way too much. But I kept a few, and a long time ago, I don't know when it was, brought a dog in, and I was trying to get, when I brought it in, it had fleas. It was a Cocker Spaniel named Rachel, and she was beautiful, just a beautiful dog. And at the time, I had a kitten and a cat named Eddie. Well, I wasn't able to get the fleas and stuff under control fast enough, and they pretty much took over the lives of my cat Eddie and this little kitten. And I don't want to talk too much. I don't want to bring back any painful memories, but my buddy Eddie, when I was working at the casino in Oklahoma, he was sitting outside. I was going in just to, because we could gamble a little bit, but we had certain restrictions and stuff. But I went in, and there was this little white kitten, white face, and it looked like it had one eyebrow, and the other was shaved off. It was a perfect eyebrow. Well, when he was just a little kitten, and he wouldn't go to anybody, and I walked up, and he came right to me. I don't know why I was the only person. Imagine, I know that dogs can sense good people, like animal lovers, and that and the fact that I've saved so many dogs, and I've had my losses, but when we brought that Cocker Spaniel in, Rachel. When we brought Rachel in, I couldn't get it under control, and my cats ended up getting them. And the little kitten I hadn't named yet. I didn't want to get close. I mean, I showed it love and everything, but I didn't want to get close enough to it too. Because I knew it was going to be leaving right away. Well, I kept Eddie, the one I found from the casino. And I got to enjoy Eddie for about 5 years. Well, I brought that dog in, and Eddie got fleas bad, and in and out of the animal hospital. I think the most he spent in there at one time was probably 7 days. I mean, a whole week at least, just trying to get him better on IVs and blood transfusions and everything else. Well, finally Eddie got to come home. When he was a kitten, I could just throw him onto the bed, and I didn't have to call him back or nothing, but he'd run and fly off the bed, and I could catch him again. And I still have that video to this day. Someday I'll get it on here. It's on a zip drive downstairs. But one day it got to be too much for him, and he got real sick because of the fleas and whatever this dog had on it. And he lost all movement from what I'm gonna call his waist down, but it was more like his mid stomach down, and he wasn't eating. And I showed him the most love in the world, always. I didn't have any kids. Well, I did. I had a stepdaughter, but didn't live with us at the time. That's a whole nother story. But when he started yelling, whining, it was god awful. I hated every minute of it. But when he started that, he lost control of all of that, and he was dragging himself by his front paws. So I took him into the vet. The vet said, there's really nothing we can do. Euthanasia is probably going to be your only option. Well, I wasn't satisfied with that, so I went and got a second opinion. And I got the same answer. So I took him back to the animal hospital, and had him put down so he wouldn't have to suffer anymore. But it was heartbreaking. It really was. I brought him back. I didn't have them take him or anything. I brought him back and gave him a proper burial and everything out back, along with Rachel. The dog passed as well. She passed on her own. The kitten passed. And my other dog was starting to get sick. This big old dog named Hoss. And if I still had him today, he'd be 14. a black lab German short hair, and he got to be to where he was probably, yeah, yeah, he'd be 14. He got to be to where he was 110 pounds. I mean, a big old monster. He said, "House, get." If you'd been playing with him, he said, "House, get," and he'd run to the corner of the fence. He'd say, "Sit," and he'd sit and stay, and sit down on the ground, roll up into a little ball. I would. "Okay, Hoss." Next thing I know, I have this 110-pound dog charging me, and he wouldn't stop. He slammed into me, and I'd go rolling. There was no stopping it. He was gonna hit you. He was gonna hit you hard. But eventually, I had to move. He got sick too. He got bit by a pygmy rattler on the face, but he got over that in 6 days at the vet. And then he also got ate up by fire ants, which on his back was just, I'm not going to go into detail, but it was horrible. And he got over that. Well, I had to move back to Kansas. So I adopted him out. My best dog friend, I had to adopt him out to a neighbor I used to have, and she loved him and took great care of him. But really, I can imagine my cat saying, "What a cool dude," to have taken the time to play with me for 5 or so years, and however long it was. But Haas, he was an outside dog, and I had him in a fence. He wasn't chained up or anything, but he was in a chain link fence. And I guess I might need to say thanks for the time that we did have. But I'm sorry that he gave up on me so easy. But I don't know that I gave up on him. It's just the fact that I had to go, and I couldn't bring him with me. He was so big, and I didn't have room. So I gave him to a very loving lady, a younger lady, and went and saw him before I left. But Cousin Stuffy, I definitely know what you're going through, and believe me, you are not the first to cry on video. And thinking back on what I've been through animals and the adoption process, and trying to get, every last bit of money that I had went into it. Food, shots, and I was going through 100 pounds of dog food a week. But I'm so sorry for your loss. I do know what you're going through, and I definitely understand the reason for you to put the dog outside, because any caring father would have done the same. You've got to watch out for your family, and if that means putting the dog outside, that means putting the dog outside. You're still gonna feed it and water it, and like you said, to give it a pat on the head, tell it good boy or whatever. But believe me, we all know what you're going through, and I am definitely sincerely sorry for your loss, and thanks for posting that video. It shows a true a caring side of you that I wasn't expecting. Not in a bad way. I just wasn't. But that's my rant. Not my rant. It'll take a while. It'll take a while to get over it. But that's my VR to you, cousin Stuffy. We'll have you in our prayers here at the house, and pray that remembrance is a good thing too. Just remember the good times you had, and thanks for showing us the real you. It actually made me tear up, and I appreciate that because it makes me know that I'm real as well. So anyway, cousin Stuffy, good luck. We're all here for you. Happy Warden Wednesday, folks. Esoterica, Pembroke folks, and take care of your animals. Like you said, give them a pat on the head just to let them know that you love them. And I'm wishing everybody an awesome rest of the week. Happy Hump Day, and you can smile for that. Pipe Smokers 2 signing out. Peace out, y'all. Have a good day.